Hello and very welcome everyone to this session of the current affairs. Today we are going to learn the current affairs of 16th of May 2024. So let's start and see that what are the things we can learn from this day and what are the things we can update in our notes. So before we start, these are the topics I got covered for you. So I got some international state news, banking and finance news for you. After that, I got defense, science and technology, sports news, some important days, appointments and resignations, ranks and reports, obituary, awards and recognitions, national news, and at last, I'll summarize all the things for all of you. Before we start, the images used in the slide deck are for educational purpose only. We respect the intellectual property rights of original creators and owners of these images. If you are owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathi@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. So first news that we have today with us is that Japan launches world's first 6G device 20 times faster than 5G. So Japan has launched the world's first high-speed 6G prototype device that with a data transmission rate of 100 gigabits per second, 20 times faster than the gold standard 5G technology. So Japan has has launched the world's first high-speed 6G prototype device, and soon it will be available. First, if we talk about recent the constructions in India, so right now 5G devices are on boom, and India is also doing a lot of innovations and technological upliftment in the research purpose of 6G spectrum. 6G device offers service covering impressive range of 300 feet, showcasing potential for significant advancement in internet technology. This was developed by a joint effort of Japan's leading telecom companies, including NTT Docomo, Nippon Telegraph, Telephone NTT Corporation, NEC Corporation India Private Limited, and Fujitsu. 6G technology has the potential to provide real-time holographic communication as well as immersive virtual and mixed reality experiences. So remember, Japan has become the first country as to launch 6G device 20 times faster than 5G. Particularly if we talk about Japan, so recently Japan was under a lot of news when first of all Japan became the fifth country in the world to have reached on moon just after the success of Chandrayaan 3. And apart from that, recently the developments in the political scenario of Japan was also there as the chief prime minister of Japan resigned from his post. International Day of Living Together in Peace. So International Day of Living Together in Peace is observed annually on 16th May. So International Day of Living Together in Peace. Please remember International Day of Non-Violence and Peace. It is on 2nd of October. International Day of Living Together in Peace is on 16th May. Established by United Nations General Assembly, this day promotes peace, unity, solidarity among nations and individuals. Observance supports global efforts to foster harmonious coexistence. It aims to encourage dialogue and understanding to build a more peaceful world. Former Indian Army officer killed in Gaza attack. So recently, Colonel retired Vaibhav Anil Kale, a former Indian Army officer, was killed in Gaza attack. Kale was serving as a staff member of the United Nations Department of Safety and Security in the region. The tragic incident occurred on 13th May 2024 when Kale's vehicle came under the attack in Rafah, Gaza. His death marks the first international casualty since the latest escalation of hostilities between Israel and Hamas. To add to this, recently a lot of things happened last year on 7th of October. Hamas basically attacked on Israel on Saturday, and after that, the escalation of Israel attacking on this Gaza Strip started. And since then, it has been more than a year that particularly Israel is regularly attacking the Gaza Strip and is on the verge of clearing the whole Gaza Strip completely. And under that particular thing, Colonel retired Vaibhav Anil Kale, a former Indian Army officer, was killed in the Gaza attack. Kale was serving as a staff member of United Nations Department of Safety and Security. So basically, United Nations Peacekeeping Force. You must have heard about the Peacekeeping Force. as United Nations always do works regarding to create peace in any particular conflicted area. And for that purpose, United Nations collaborated with the countries all over the world so that they will particularly give their soldiers and officers to work in the peacekeeping forces. And for that purpose, if we talk about particularly the army colonel that is retired Vaibhav Anil Kale was there, and during the attack he was killed in that accident. So his death marks the first international casualty since the latest escalation of hostilities between Israel and Hamas. SAIL Bhilai to install 15 megawatt floating solar plant in Chhattisgarh. So we discussed about in the last session also. So let's revise this one. So Bhilai Steel Plant, the flagship unit of Steel Authority of India Limited, has decided to install the first 15 megawatt floating solar projects in its Maroda 1 reservoir in Durg district, Chhattisgarh. Project is being implemented through NTPC SAIL Power Supply, a 50-50 joint venture between National Thermal Power Corporation and SAIL. NTPC Limited is the consultant for the project, which is scheduled to be completed by 2025. Project is expected to reduce the carbon dioxide emission of BSP by 28,330 tons annually. So please do remember that SAIL Bhilai to install a 15 megawatt floating solar plant in Chhattisgarh. SEBI mandates NISM certification requirement for one personnel of AIF investment manager team. So recently on May 13, 2024, the Security Exchange Board of India mandated that an investment team of the manager of an alternative investment fund must include at least one key personnel with National Institute of Security Market Series X1XC certification. So particular guidelines have been changed regarding the investment manager team. The requirement effective from 10th of May. SEBI has also relaxed the provision of risk management framework at KRA's norms where KYC stands for Know Your Customer. The aim is to simplify the risk management framework and enhance the efficiency of the AIF registration process. So do remember that SEBI, they have mandated NISM certification recently. SDFC launched Pixel, India's first virtual credit card. So SDFC Bank Limited has launched the Pixel. Pixel is not that Pixel that is an animation producer company. I'm not talking about that. That was created by Steve Jobs. It is a new type of venture started by SDFC Bank with the help of Visa card. So SDFC India introduced India's first virtual credit card, allowing users to design their cards with personalized benefits and offers. The card currently on the Visa network is available in two variants, Pixel Play and Pixel Go. This marks SDFC Bank debut in the end-to-end mobile app-based customizable credit card range. The app PayZapp provides features like card controls, rewards, EMI dashboard, notifications, statements, repayments, disputes, hotlisting, recent transactions. So all this has been done under the SDFC Bank, and they have launched the Pixel, India's first virtual credit card. Tata AIG General Insurance unveils India's first satellite in orbit third-party liability insurance policy. So Tata AIG General Insurance Company has introduced India's first satellite in orbit third-party liability insurance policy, providing critical financial protection to satellite manufacturers and operators in the Indian space sector. So do remember that Tata AIG General Insurance Company Limited has introduced India's first satellite in orbit third-party liability insurance. This policy offers comprehensive coverage for third-party bodily injury and third-party property damage involving satellite in orbit. Insurance caters to the needs of satellite manufacturers and operators, protecting them from legal claims arising from third-party bodily injury and property damage. So for this purpose, Tata AIG General Insurance Company Limited now has introduced a satellite in orbit third-party liability insurance, and this is the particular type of insurance that will cover the bodily injury and property damage involving a satellite in orbit. The policy is different from the launch covers, which focuses on success or failures of launch vehicles in injecting the satellites into the orbit. So Tata AIG General Insurance becomes the first satellite in orbit third party liability insurance policy. India's GDP projected to grow at 6.6% in 2025 financial year, Moody's rating. So, according to the Moody's rating, India's gross domestic product to grow at 6.6% in the financial year 25 and 6.2% in the financial year 26. A strong credit demand fueled by robust economic growth is expected to boost the profitability of non-banking financial companies. Modi highlighted that aggregate one year-on-year loan growth at NBFC increased from 10.8% in 2022 to 20.8% in 2023. It estimated that loans at NBFC will grow about 15% in next 12 to 18 months, driven by various types of lending, including infrastructure financing, loan to small and medium-sized enterprise. So do remember that India's GDP is projected to grow at 6.6% in the financial year 25 according to the Moody's rating. India's urban unemployment rate declines to 6.7% in March quarter. So 22nd periodic labor force survey by the National Sample Survey Office reveals the decline in urban unemployment. So according to the data, according to the National Sample Survey Office, they have revealed there is a decline in urban unemployment on the 22nd periodic labor force survey. The unemployment rate among individuals aged 15 years and above in urban areas decreased to 6.7% in January to March 2024 period. Survey provides insight to various labor force indicators, including work population ratio and labor force participation rate. Findings are based on the current weekly status approach. So do remember that India's urban unemployment rate declines to 6.7% in March quarter. LIC granted 3-year extension by SEBI to achieve 10% public shareholdings. So recently, the Securities and Exchange Board of India has extended LIC deadline to achieve a minimum 10% public shareholdings. LIC state-owned insurance giant now has until May 16, 2027 to meet this regulatory requirement. If we talk about LIC recently has upgraded their stakes in two different ventures. One is the Maharashtra Bank and another one is the IDFC Bank. Extension aims to provide additional time for LIC to comply with the public shareholding norms. This move is part of SEBI's effort to ensure broader public participation in the equity market. So LIC has granted three-year extension by SEBI to achieve 10% public shareholding. PhonePe launches UPI in Sri Lanka in partnership with Lanka Pay. So PhonePe has partnered with Lanka Pay to introduce UPI payments in Sri Lanka. So recently a lot of development on the international payment or with the UPI system has started. NPCI has collaborated with Maldives recently. Apart from that, Peru, we have collaborated. Apart from that, Ghana and Namibia. And now we can see that PhonePe have launched the UPI in Sri Lanka in partnership with Lanka Pay. This collaboration allows PhonePe users to utilize UPI for transactions across Lanka Pay QR merchants. Initiative aims to enhance the payment experience for Indian tourists and business travelers in Sri Lanka. Key figures including PhonePe CEO Ritesh Pai and Lanka Pay CEO Channa De Silva recommended the partnership. So do remember that PhonePe launches UPI in Sri Lanka in partnership with Lanka Pay. Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders Limited celebrate 250th Foundation Day. So recently, Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders Limited celebrated 250th Foundation Day in Mumbai, Maharashtra. The event was presided over by the Secretary Giridhar Armane from the Ministry of Defence. Key inauguration includes MPA land for new builds and repair, the launches of the indigenous midget submarine Arovana, and the commissioning of the solar electric hybrid boat and fuel cell electric ferry named Suchi. A technical seminar on emerging shipbuilding technologies was held and a rupees 250 commemorative coin was released to honor MDL 250 year legacy. So do remember which shipbuilders have recently completed their 250 years and have celebrated the 250th foundation day. That is Majgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited, which is the largest shipbuilders shipyard in India. That is the Cochin shipyard. And recently, the government of India has sold 5% stake in the Cochin shipyard limited. NSG hold 7th Joint Anti-Terror Mock Drills exercise Tarkash with US SOF in Kolkata. So NSG, that is the National Security Guards, their headquarters is in Gurugram, Manesar. And if we talk about the NSG, so NSG also known as Black Cats, and they have recently hold the 7th Joint Anti-Terror Mock Drills exercise Tarkash. So, 7th edition of the Indian-US Joint Counter-Terrorism Exercise Tarkash was held between NSG and United States Special Operation Forces from April 22nd to 15 May in Kolkata, West Bengal. Exercise involved intense training, mock drills in urban counter-terrorism scenarios. Joint mock counter-terror drills were conducted to enhance interoperability and coordination. Training covered close quarter battles, building intervention drills, hostage rescue operations, surveillance long range sniping, planning complex operations involving multiple targets. So do remember NSG, they have holded a mission, a particular exercise that is called Tarkash with the SOF, that is the Special Operation Forces in Kolkata. If we talk about another exercise, that is Tarang Shakti, is being conducted recently by the Indian Air Force and is a multinational exercise of the air forces. And apart from that, recently the exercise Shakti was conducted between the Indian Army and French Army, and it was conducted in Meghalaya. IAF conducted maiden airdrop test of Bhishma, world's first airlifted portable hospital in Agra. So on 14 May, Indian Air Force conducted the maiden airdrop test of Bhishma portable cubes. So last year, I hope you remember that Bhishma portable cubes were created, and they are the particular type of medical equipments that are set in a particular type of cube that will be available with the help of airdrop, and it is capable of landing with the help of airdrop as it has cushions. And also one more thing, that it has every required assistance and every required facility in it that can be used during an emergency of the medical terms. So the world's first airlifted portable hospital in Agra, Uttar Pradesh, Bhishma portable cubes are part of the broader initiative named Project Bhishma, Bharat Health Initiative for Sahyog, Hit and Maitri. The initiative is designed to treat up to 200 casualties, emphasizing rapid response and comprehensive care. So this particular cube, which has different equipment, is capable of handling 200 different type of casualties. Indian Army has introduced its latest innovation, the hexacopter drone, mounted by a machine gun, developed by Ikran Aerospace and Technologies Private Limited. Apart from it, recently Adani Defense Aerospace has also joined with Edge Group of UAE, so they can particularly collaborate to create the new type of indigenous developed missiles in India. A special commemorative coin released on MDL Shipyard's Shipyard 250th anniversary. So we just discussed about a Majgaon Dock Limited, and they have recently completed 250th anniversary, and for this purpose, the Defense Secretary Giridhar Armane unveiled the commemorative rupees 250 coin. MDL has evolved from a dry dock in 1774 to a premier naval shipyard under the Ministry of Defense. 1774 was the same year in which particularly the Britishers got control of different regions, like especially the West Bengal, the Bengal region. And after that time, particularly, they have started to work in East India Company. And at that same particular time, Marathas were also prominent in the Maratha region, and they particularly got together and created this Majgaon Dock. And it has been 250 years, so that particularly the 250th foundation day was celebrated. Indian Air Force test Bhishma Portable Hospital for airdrop in Agra. We just discussed about this one, and do remember that it is a portable cube air hospital, in which different type of equipments are adjusted in a cube. And this particular cube, when opened, different type of things will be coming out from that, which can be used during the casualty time. NASA appoints new chief for artificial intelligence. So NASA, the space agency of USA, have appointed David Salvagini as the agency's chief of artificial intelligence officer. This role is in addition to his current position as the chief data officer. The appointment underscores NASA's commitment to using AI technology responsibly. Salva Gnini, a new role aims to enhance NASA's capabilities in AI and data management. So now NASA is also working in the field of AI, obviously, and they have a new chief to handle these type of operations which are related to the artificial intelligence. And for that purpose, the name is David Salva Gnini has been appointed as the new chief. International Day of Light, celebrating the power of light. So, International Day of Light is celebrated annually to recognize the significance of light and light based technologies. Established by UNESCO, this day highlights the role of light in revolutionizing society and various aspects of daily life. Celebration aims to raise awareness about the importance of light in science, culture, and education. It also emphasizes the impact of light on sustainable development and global well-being. So please do remember that International Day of Light 2024 is celebrating the power of light. P. Shyam Nikhil becomes the India's 85th chess grandmaster. We discussed about him, so let's revise. So recently, a sister brother duo also got this recognition as a grandmaster. That is R. Pragnanan and his sister R. Vaishali. So now Indian chess player P. Shyam Nikhil has become India's 85th grandmaster after earning his third norm required for GM title at Dubai Police Masters. He drew the GM by Jinshi China in the final round tournament held from 3rd May to 13th May in Dubai. P. Shyam Nikhil hails from Tamil Nadu, earned his first GM norm at the 4th Mumbai Mayor Cup Open in September 2011. He won the gold medal at the Commonwealth Chess Championship held in Sri Lanka in 2022 and 18th Tamil Nadu IM Norm Closed Circuit Tournament 2024. So do remember another name other than Vaishali, Pragnanand, D. Gukesh, and now Shyam Nikhil is a name that you must remember is known as the 85th Chess Grandmaster. Sunil Chetri announced retirement from the Indian football, so international football. So basically, end of an era of after the retirement of this exceptional player of India, that is Mr. Sunil Chetri, India's most decorated footballer, has announced retirement from international football. His last appearance for the national team will be the FIFA World Cup qualifier game against Kuwait in Kolkata. Chetri's retirement marks the end of an illustrious career in the Indian football. He is celebrated for his significant contribution to the sport and his leadership on the field. Remarkable achievement that he got is that he is the third highest scorer as a goal scorer in the football after Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. International Day of Families, May 15. So, United Nations International Day of Families is annually observed on 15 May to raise awareness and highlight the issues relating to families. Year 2024 marks 30th anniversary of the International Year of Families. The theme of International Day of Families 2024 is Families and Climate Change. United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution in 1989 proclaiming 1994 as the International Year of the Family, and first International Day of Families was observed on 15th May 1994. UNDP appoints Alain Nordeau as the new executive director of the UN MPTFO. So, United Nations Development Programme has appointed Alain Nordeau of Benin as the new executive director of the UN Multi-Partner Trust Fund Office. Nordeau has vast knowledge in international development and humanitarian affairs, have served in various high-profile roles within the UN. He recently served as the Deputy Special Representative of the UN Secretary General in United Nations Multi-Dimensional Integrated Stabilization Mission in Mali. Nyodio has also worked as the Chief of the Staff of the United Nations Development Programme in New York and held several other significant positions. So do remember, UNDP appoints Alan Nyodio as a new executive director. Vice Admiral Sanjay Bhalla assumed charge as the Chief of the Personnel of Indian Navy. So do not get confused with the Chief of our Navy Staff. Chief of Naval Staff is Mr. Dinesh Tripathi. Vice Admiral Sanjay Bhalla has been appointed as the Chief of Personnel in the Indian Navy. He succeeded Vice Admiral Krishna Swaminathan, who assumed charges as the Vice Chief of Naval Staff. Vice Admiral Bhalla is a recipient of Nau Sena Medal and Ati Vishisht Seva Medal. His 35-year career include various specialist staffs and operation roles, both afloat, ashore, and he has commanded several Indian naval ships. So do remember the name Sanjay Bhalla. He has been appointed as the Chief of the Personnel of the Indian Navy. And if we talk about what is this particular position, so particular person who will take care of all the type of things related to the personnel of the Indian Navy. The Young University Rankings 2024, Mahatma Gandhi University tops among Indian universities, Singapore NTU tops globally. So THE Young University Rankings, there are two types of ranking. One is the THE ranking and the other one is the QR rankings. So under the QS rankings, under the THE Young University Rankings, Mahatma Gandhi University in Kerala ranked 81 globally, emerged as the highest ranking Indian university this year. Nanyang Technological University, Singapore has topped the global ranking for the second consecutive year. Apart from MGU, Anna University, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, ranked 96th, is the only Indian university featured among the top 100 on 2024 ranking. So Mahatma Gandhi University, that is based in Kerala, Kottayam, is the top university according to THE. 2024 ranking includes 673 universities, up from 605 in 2023, with the number of Asian universities on the list doubling in 5 years. So you must be thinking that why IIT is not there. So one thing I need to add in that is IITs do not support the THE rankings. According to IITs, THE rankings are not good enough or they have lacked some particular things which are not enlisted in the rankings. So because of that purpose, the IITs, they have not included themselves in the THE ranking. But if we talk about the other rankings, the QS rankings, in that you will see that IITs are on top. Canadian author and Nobel laureate in literature Alice Munro passed away. So Canadian writer Alice Laidlaw Munro, who won the Nobel Prize in Literature, passed away at 92 on Port Hope, Ontario, Canada. She was awarded the Governor General's Literary Award for Fiction thrice and Scotia Bank Giller Prize twice. In 2009, Alice Munro received the Man Booker International Award, and in 2013, she was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature. Munro published 13 collections of stories, 1 novel, and 2 volumes of selected stories, and her notable work includes The Moons of Jupiter and Dear Life. So do remember that Canadian author, Nobel laureate in literature Alice Munro passed away recently. Former Bihar Deputy CM Sushil Kumar Modi passed away. So recently, the BJP senior Bharatiya Janata Party leader and former Bihar Deputy Chief Minister Sushil Kumar Modi passed away at the age of 72. He served as MLA for 3 terms and was leader of opposition at the Bihar Legislative Assembly from 1996 to 2004. Modi was elected the 14th Lok Sabha representing Bhagalpur constituency, the same place where you can find the Vikramshila Dolphin Sanctuary, and served as the Finance Minister of Bihar from 2005 to 13 and 2017 to 2020. He was elected in the Rajya Sabha in 2020 and served in various committees, including Committee on Urban Development and National Tiger Conservation Authority that was started in 2005. So basically, former Bihar Deputy CM Sushil Kumar Modi passed away recently. He was a famous senior BJP leader. Veteran Congress leader and former governor Kamla Beniwal passed away at 97. So Kamla Beniwal, veteran Congress leader and former governor, passed away. Beniwal served as the governor of Gujarat, Tripura, and Mizoram under her political career. She was known for her unwavering commitment and decades-long service in Indian politics. Her passing marks the loss of pioneering figure in the Indian political landscape. So do remember, veteran Congress leader and former governor Kamla Beniwal passed away. Renowned English author Ruskin Bond received Sahitya Academy Fellowship. So, renowned English author Ruskin Bond received the Sahitya Academy Fellowship, highest honor of the Academy. Madhav Kaushik, President of Sahitya Academy, and Dr. K. Srinivas Rao, Secretary of Sahitya Academy, handed over the plaque to Bond at his home in Mussoorie, Uttarakhand. Bond has written more than 50 books for children and over 500 short stories, essays, and novels. His notable work include The Room on the Roof, Vagrants in the Valley, Once Upon a Monsoon Time, and All Roads Lead to Ganga. So do remember that renowned English author Ruskin Bond received the Sahitya Academy Fellowship recently. Bharat Pavilion unveiled at the 77th Cannes Film Festival. So Bharat Pavilion, previously known as the Indian Pavilion, was inaugurated at the 77th Cannes Film Festival. Renaming signifies India's dedication to traditional storytelling while pursuing global collaborations. Pavilion aims to showcase India's rich cinematic heritage and foster international partnership. The event marks a significant moment for India's presence in the global film industry. So do remember that Bharat Pavilion has unveiled at the 77th Cannes Film Festival. India Skills 2024 unveiling India's premier skill competition. So India Skills 2024 commenced grandly at Yasho Bhumi Dwarka. Competition spans 4 days, assessing students' proficiency across 61 diverse categories. It provides a platform for showcasing talent at both national and international levels. Event aims to promote skill development and recognize young talents in various fields. So, Indian Skills 2024 is being unveiled in Dwarka, New Delhi. And what is the purpose behind this? To particularly showcase talent at both national and international levels, and also the skill development and recognize young talents in various fields. Ruskin Bond awarded prestigious Sahitya Academy Fellowship. We just discussed about him. So please revise. So eminent author Ruskin Bond particularly won Sahitya Academy Fellowship. He was highest honor conferred by India's premier literary organization, the Sahitya Academy. Due to Bond's ill health, the award was presented to him at his Mussoorie home by Sahitya Academy President Madhav Kaushik and Secretary K. Srinivasa Rao. Presentation was attended by Bond's son, marking a momentous occasion in his literary career. So let's revise that what we have learned so far. So first of all, Japan launches world's first 6G device 20 times faster than 5G. International Day of Living Together in Peace. SAIL Bhilai to install 15 megawatt floating solar plant in Chhattisgarh. SEBI mandates NISM certification requirement for one personnel of AIF investment manager team. HDFC Bank launched Pixel, India's first virtual credit card. Tata AIG General Insurance unveils India's first satellite in orbit, third-party liability insurance policy. India GDP is projected to grow at 6.6% in the financial year 25. Moody's rating. India's urban unemployment rate declines to 6.7%. LIC granted 3-year extension by SEBI to achieve 10% public shareholdings. PhonePe launches UPI in Sri Lanka in partnership with Lanka Pay. Majgaon Dock Shipbuilders Limited celebrate 250th Foundation Day. NSG holds 7th Joint Anti-Terror Mock Drills exercise Tarkash. IAF conduct maiden airdrop test of Bhishma, world's first airlifted portable hospital in Agra. A special commemorative coin released on MDL Shipyard 250th anniversary. Indian Air Force tests Bheem Portable Hospital for airdrop in Agra. NASA appoints new chief for artificial intelligence. International Day of Light 2024 celebrating the power of light. P. Shyam Nikhil became the 85th chess grandmaster recently. Sunil Chhetri announced retirement from international football. International Day of Families is commemorated on 15th May. UNDP appoint Aline Nondiu as the new executive director of UN MPTFO. Vice Admiral Sanjay Bhalla assumed charge as the Chief of Personnel of the Indian Navy. The Young University Ranking 2024, Mahatma Gandhi University top among Indian universities, Singapore NTU tops globally. Canadian author and Nobel laureate in literature Alice Munro passed away. Former Bihar Deputy CM Sushil Kumar Modi passed away. Veteran Congress leader and former Governor Kamla Beniwal passed away at 97. Renowned English author Ruskin Bond received Sahitya Academy Fellowship. Bharat Pavilion unveiled at 77th Cannes Film Festival. India Skills 2024 unveiling India's premier skill competition. Ruskin Bond awarded prestigious Sahitya Academy Fellowship. Former Indian Army officer killed in Gaza attack. And that's it in this session. I hope you learned a lot of things and you gained a lot of knowledge. I will meet you once again in next session in which we will talk more about the current affairs. Till then, bye bye, take care everyone and see you soon.